choice. You can even get the KB version, which is a keyboard version, or get the DS version, which is the dual screen version. Solid Mind here, and today we are asking the question, should you buy the, is it AYANEO Flip? That is the question. We've looked at the AYANEO Nook, AYANEO Slide. Now is the AYANEO Flip. Let's find out, should you buy this in 2024? Let's go.
Presentation of the included controls. Inside, the packaging looks very similar to other AYANEO devices. You get the handheld itself and some accessories in 4 boxes. There's a USB-C charger with collapsible prongs, a 5-foot USB-C cable, various international power adapters, as well as USB-C to USB-A adapters, and finally an alternative pair of grips you can install on the Flip.
This is different. This is different on most handheld units, even on the previous AYANEO units. Like the Slide and the KUN, you don't have this option to change out the grips. So okay, this is very different.
Flip for a slightly different feel. The default grips are firm but a bit softer to the touch, and these alternates have a harder, more plasticky feel. As for the device itself, it weighs in at 651 grams.
So this weighs a little bit more than the MSI Claw, the ROG Ally X. It's a pretty heavy unit, actually. I think it weighs more than most of the handhelds I've looked at recently. So the weight is a big factor. But it's not heavy like your arms will fall off your shoulders. So it's not too bad.
Grams, which makes it lighter than the Steam Deck LCD model and heavier than the Steam Deck OLED. It's also considerably heavier than its clamshell compadre, the GPD Win Mini.
I haven't looked at the GPD Win Mini. Okay, that might be another video coming in the future. But yeah, as I said, it's one of the heaviest I've seen so far.
The weight itself is decently balanced, and the clamshell format helps because you...
Okay, this is gonna be a pet peeve time for me now. I understand why there's a keyboard on there, so you can have more controls and use it more like a PC, and also be able to game. But come on, like it seems like this type of gaming consoles, are they PCs or are they gaming handheld consoles? I don't know where, like, this sits. I know that in the AYANEO Slide, they added a keyboard. In the original KUN, there was no keyboard, more like the GPD Win. So I feel like, is this the new future? To be fair, at this price point, it's more about, like when marketing departments want to say we've added something new. I feel like that's part of the case, because in normal day-to-day elements, that's reasonable to add it, but as a gaming aspect of it, I don't know. I don't know if I'm a big fan of it. What do you guys think? I don't know. Is a keyboard needed in a handheld? Maybe a button to make, maybe it's not touchscreen, actually. I didn't think of that. If the device isn't touchscreen, then putting a keyboard on the screen might be harder. Okay.
You don't have to hold the handheld as high or otherwise bend your neck down to get the screen closer to your eye level. Dimensionally, it is thick, and that makes the grips less pronounced than...
This is a thick boy. It has a headphone jack at least. This looks like a mini laptop in a way.
It would be on other handhelds. On the other hand, clamshell handhelds typically have no grips. The colorway I have here is called Shadow Black, but there's also a milky white on sale. Virtually everything in this colorway is shades of black, with the exception...
I think one of the main benefits of this design is durability. Not in terms of, the hinge. I don't know how good the hinge will be, but when it's closed up, let's go back a little bit so you guys can see. You're protecting the inner parts, the buttons, the screen. You put this in the bag and the outside gets scratched up. It's annoying, but you haven't, destroyed your screen or the buttons. So very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Soft and especially prone to smudging. The dual speakers and a 3.5mm audio jack are located on the front of the device. And turning over to the back, you have an Oculink port, one
Okay. Classic micro SD, two USBs, that C, Thunderbolt. These controls are pretty standard. I feel like every control has these, and these are like configurable buttons, which isn't bad. That looks like mini HDMI, but so far it's on par with other handhelds.
USB 3.2 Type-C port, followed by the full USB 4 port. Finally, you have the microSD card slot all the way on the right. Opening up the lid reveals a few more important functions like the volume
I'm gonna make an assumption that this won't be cheap, but let's
rocker
continue.
and a guide button on the top left, and a power button with a fingerprint sensor and optical finger navigation module on the top right. That means that little square can be used as a mouse that you can navigate with your thumb.
Okay, that's good to know, but I guess it's the type of person that would buy this. Are they buying a handheld gaming unit that can be a PC? Is that the main reason for it? Is it emulation? Is it sometimes when you're playing a game and you want to control the joysticks but you have to scroll somewhere, you use that? Like, I have a lot of questions in terms of what the utility would be in a gaming setup. In a day-to-day setup, I fully get it. Maybe it's that element where this is more of a hybrid PC slash handheld gaming element.
Additionally, this device has LPDDR5X RAM, Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth.
Yeah, that's pretty large, pretty high specs. The wattage is very high as well. Some handhelds go to 30 watts. For it to be 45 means that it's probably on the higher end price-wise as well. So let's continue.
5.2 built-in gyro and a 45 watt-hour battery. The display on the AYANEO Flip is a 7-inch 1080p 120Hz IPS portrait touchscreen display. Peak brightness is 400 nits, which is
Portrait, that looks like landscape. Is it default portrait? Because that would be super annoying. At least it is touchscreen. It is 1920 by 1080, is 1080, which is not bad. IPS, reasonable, 7 inches. It's small, but that's the whole point of it. I think the ideal size is 8 inches or higher. For PCs, for PC gaming on handhelds.
a little less than the 500 nit standard I've become accustomed to on PC handhelds. The hinge allows the screen to go all the way back to 180 degrees. It snaps in 3 spots: 90 degrees, 135, and 180.
How would that wear over time? That's my main concern.
I can't fully judge the hinge mechanism without months or even years of opening and closing, but as it stands, the build quality seems okay.
Yeah, it does seem alright.
Tap a button, and instead of double tapping, it registered as a hold. That wasn't because 18 watts is the sweet spot, and above 25 watts, you really begin to get diminishing returns. Here,
alrighty, so audio is good, performance is good.
iSpace has a quick access control panel with
Device manager. This is a full-blown PC at this point. You are...
Space is one of my favorite ways to navigate Windows. You can move the cursor with the left analog stick, scroll up and down with the right analog, and use...
Yeah, this is full-blown Windows, not even like a little tiny element of it. I need to check something for you guys, because for me to see if this is worth getting, I need to find out price points. Where do we sit on that? Come on. Okie dokie. So it's looking around 800 to 1,200 pounds, depending on where you buy it from. So here's my question. Not my question. I guess the question here is, should you buy this? So my answer is no. The reason I'm saying that is, okay, for the price point, the main selling features, the main benefits are the PC elements of it. The keyboard. You can even get the KB version, which is the keyboard version, or get the DS version, which is the dual screen version. So I think I'd rather go for the DS version. I might look at that instead in a different video. But this unit, there are other units that have a bigger display. That it has Ryzen 7. That's not too bad. I just feel like for around over $1,000 for this unit, there are far better units that can achieve this. I think for the form factor, it's different and unique. It reminds me of like a DS, but more on like steroids. But yeah, what do you guys think? Would you buy this? I wouldn't, but it would be interesting, you know, if I ever go to try some of these products. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.